Aries January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this week might be easier than last week, but you're not quite out of the woods yet. There is still a lingering intensity, and this can relate to a key issue you're dealing with. The Sun aligns with sobering Saturn and volcanic Pluto on Monday, and this can bring a greater understanding of the core issues and what you need to do to create the changes you desire. But there is a spiritual component, too, as lovely Venus enters Pisces, and this can encourage you to turn the matter over to a higher power. If it really is too complex for you to handle, hand it over to the force of life, and you may find that help does come in the perfect way at the right time. From midweek, the influence of restless Uranus comes into play, and this could see you craving experiences that take you out of your comfort zone. Aries horoscope love January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, can the practical Virgo moon help you rein in your passion at the start of the week? Possibly. But its earthy energy isn't usually much of a match for your fiery nature. Chatty Mercury meets up with friendly Aquarius in the middle of the week, so you'll have conversations that could lead to dates. Take advantage of the easy time you have talking to people you usually fumble over your words with. There are a lot of changes in the air during the Mercury-Uranus square late in the week, so keep that in mind while you're waiting for a return text or DM. People are doing the best they can. Career January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this may be the best time for finding a new job or upgrading your current position. If you want to make a good impression, swallow any fears or concerns and be your most confident self. You can support anyone who is interested in doing a better job now. Helping coworkers can be particularly enjoyable. It will be very important to have clearly defined roles. Friendly competition can make you more effective. Money January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this week brings a supportive universe. Your mind is on putting a savings and investment plan into place, especially for your family. You want to become more responsible in this area and curb impulse spending. Think about how your needs are served by working for a large institution. Maybe it's time to think about starting your own business. Health January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, you're keen to research ways of improving your health. Don't be afraid to look into more exotic ways of keeping yourself in shape. There are various excellent treatments for massage and relaxing you right down to your toes. It may also be beneficial to look into other ways of exercising, such as dance or water aerobics. Anything that gets you. Taurus January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, to create the future you want, you might need to let go of whatever is stopping you from getting there. Last week, you may have become aware of what this is, and this week the conjunction of the Sun with prudent Saturn and intense Pluto could inspire you further. If you need help from a teacher or life coach, do get it, because it could make a world of difference. With luscious Venus, your guide planet, moving into Pisces and your social zone on Monday, you might be ready to confide in friends and accept their support. Lively Mercury moves into your sector of career and ambition on Thursday. Its convivial presence here could see you reaching out to others for help and advice. But this is also a good time to network with those who share your goals or are on the same professional wavelength. Finally, an edgy Mercury-Uranus angle over the weekend could see you rebelling against something you don't want to do. Love January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, you take comfort in the earthy nature of the Virgo moon in the first part of the week. Your advanced organizational skills work to your advantage when you have more than one date lined up. There's also a Sun-Saturn conjunction at the same time, putting your romantic goals at the top of your to-do list. You can get discouraged when you don't think things are working out as you'd hoped, which is where your patience is required. Your love life gets a boost under the weekend's expansive Sagittarius moon, especially if you're willing to be open-minded. Have some fun without worrying about what anyone else thinks. Career January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, If you're looking for a new or better job, this period can bring news that will steer you in the right direction. You or someone supervising you could become particularly bossy. Be patient with anyone around you who is in a bad mood. He or she may be having troubles you don't know about. Customer contacts should be pleasant and profitable. Don't procrastinate on something you know is important even if it isn't your favorite thing. Money January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this week you have activity in the area of your chart governing your home and inner feelings. The universe wants you to move ahead to create and conquer. But you also need to take it slowly and build a strong foundation before moving ahead. Your feelings may be similarly confused. Meanwhile, it's time to pay it off any debts. Health January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, your health looks pretty good, with nothing to mar the week ahead. But as a general reminder, it's always helpful for you to release those deep emotions. The tendency to hang on to bitterness or regret can wreak havoc with your body on a number of levels. If you work out daily and practice releasing those ingrained feelings, your energy will soar. Certain ailments will also clear up. Gemini January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, with an intense set of planets in a deeply emotional zone, it would be no surprise if you felt a tad exhausted. And yet, you could feel a sense of relief at letting something go that really needed to leave your life. While you may have fought against this, you now might appreciate the wisdom of this release and the healing that can happen as a result. As the Sun links with taskmaster Saturn and radical Pluto on Monday, the awareness that everything is happening for a reason can give you strength and courage. Charming Venus enters your sector of goals and career on Monday, though, and her presence here can help smooth the way when negotiating or doing deals. If you feel motivated to connect socially with certain people, this could be a good move. Chatty Mercury enters Aquarius and your sector of travel and far horizons on Thursday, so if you feel a restless urge to get out and about, go for it. Love January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, the Sun-Pluto conjunction in ambitious Capricorn at the beginning of the week makes you want to find out more about someone you're interested in. Use a variety of sources for the best info. There's a romantic Pisces Venus vibe happening around the same time, so you should be able to turn whatever information you find into something tangible. Setting the mood for romance improves your odds considerably. There's a passionate Scorpio moon at the end of the week, making the chemistry between you and someone you like very obvious. There's no use denying it, Gemini. Everyone can see you're attracted to each other. Career January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this is the strongest time for any new start, including applying for a new or better job. Time should fly with pleasant and effective communication between coworkers and customers. A coworker can lead you astray later now. Don't duck commitments. It could be easy to blow off work in place of something more interesting. This can be a pleasant time with work friends in a calm, cheerful, and supportive mood. Money January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this week the universe affects the area of your chart governing your home. It's time to put not just words but also ideas into practice. You've been sitting on a potential gold mine. Taking your talents online will mean direct sales, email subscribers, and potentially long-term customers far onto the future. Health January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, on Friday, you're going to find that you have a lot more energy at your disposal. Whatever you do, don't burn yourself out. Take it easy if you're about to start a new exercise program. You don't want to damage muscles or ligaments and then have to give up. If you approach this gradually, you'll benefit in all ways. Remember to be kind to yourself. Cancer January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, last week's intense energies may continue to linger. However, by the weekend you could feel a little lighter and easier within. The Sun's link to cautious Saturn and transformative Pluto on Monday can bring a sense of closure to a relationship issue that has been going on for a while. Although there may be details to finalize and further discussions in the pipeline, there may also be a sense of freedom and release. This doesn't mean that a key bond is going to end, but rather that an issue may be on the verge of being resolved, and this could take things to a new level. Luscious Venus moves into your travel sector, though, so you may feel a yearning to get away from it all. If so, a trip could do you a world of good. However, Mercury's move into Aquarius and your sector of shared assets on Thursday could be a call to get your finances organized for your peace of mind. The weekend could see you splurging, though, so go easy. Love January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, a lot of things are possible during the Sun-Pluto conjunction early in the week. Don't give up hope yet, Cancer. This is a time when trying your hardest can cause miracles to happen. The Libra moon in the middle of the week puts your love life on display, and others might feel free to comment on it and give you advice. It's nice that they care, but it's ultimately up to you to decide your own fate. A scattered Mercury-Uranus square over the weekend gives you lots of options, too many, in fact. It's nice to have choices, but this transit can bring more questions than answers. Career January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, some will still be coping with the stresses of changes you didn't start and may not welcome. This is a when life hands you lemons, make lemonade scenario. The seeds of something better are actually all around you. The time is lucky for applying for a new job or improving your status in the eyes of your boss. You'll feel most settled when work friends and interesting people make the time pass quickly. Money January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this week brings activity to your house of money. While you're orienting your life around earning more cash, you also need to build a rock-solid foundation. Making sure your income is stable and consistent is of primary importance. As your job and workplace may be changing, there is untapped potential overseas. Explore other work and money-making potential online or in burgeoning foreign markets. Health January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, it's time to take a look at your friends. Are they helping you in your quest for greater health, or do they tend to drag you down? Whatever the scenario, you'll flourish if you choose your friends carefully from this point on. Pick ones who encourage your journey to wellness rather than those who might take you on. Leo January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, positive Jupiter is now in your lifestyle sector until late next year, and its presence here can add extra buoyancy and confidence. This is just as well, because last week's intense energies may have left you wondering what your next steps should be. Solar ties at the start of the week could see you assessing your priorities and creating a plan. Be sure to delegate, too, because this can help you avoid feeling overwhelmed when the pressure is on. At the same time, luscious Venus moves into Pisces and a more emotional zone, which could enhance the romance in a key relationship. This can be a call to greater intimacy, and you could grow closer over the coming weeks. Your social life sparkles with promise, too, as upbeat Mercury moves into Aquarius on Thursday, encouraging you to get involved in activities that are a little bit different. Finally, if someone makes an exciting offer over the weekend, go easy because it could backfire. Love January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, the drama subsides in the beginning of the week as the moon changes from your outgoing sign to Virgo's muted one. This is a great time to show how reliable and dependable you can be, Leo. Venus pairs up with soft-hearted Pisces this week, giving you more romantic energy to work with. You're used to making a big impression, but there's nothing wrong with making an understated one, too. You might see some interesting and unexpected news posted on social media during the Mercury-Uranus square over the weekend, but don't let it get you down. Everything isn't always what it seems to be. Career January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, The energy now supports better communication to make you more effective with customers and coworkers. Be sure you don't dominate someone more reserved. He or she may have something to contribute, too. If you aren't feeling appreciated, this is the most positive time to network with others and even apply for a new or better job. Continue to be patient and focus on what is working rather than feel angry or upset about what is not. Money January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this week you're setting the stage for a new chapter. It's time to come across more professionally, so a shopping trip for office attire isn't a bad idea. You'll find that your attitude changes as well and you're more able to attract the kinds of offers you really want. The universe is alerting you to new ways of paying off debt or applying for financing if you need an extension of credit. Health January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, it looks like you're in for a hectic time. This is a good moment to start taking vitamins and minerals to boost your immune system, as you're generally prone to catching coughs and colds right now. Also think about getting more sleep, drinking plenty of water, and eating well during Virgo January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, are you ready to express your creativity? After last week's focused and intense aspects, your perspective on self-expression and creativity may have shifted a little. This week, the Sun conjoins sobering Saturn and transformative Pluto early on, encouraging you to find the silver lining to any issues you may have encountered. Whatever disappointments you've had, something can come out of this that benefits you greatly. Do you need to talk things over? As sweet Venus moves into your sector of relating on Monday, her presence here can encourage you to share how you feel with loved ones and friends. If you're usually reserved, this can help unburden you and leave you feeling lighter and brighter. Plus, your social life can sparkle with additional promise. Thoughtful Mercury, your ruler, moves into your lifestyle sector on Thursday, encouraging you to get organized. This is one of the better times to look to your routines and jettison any that no longer work for you. Love January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, with the emotional moon in your understated sign at the start of the week, you won't be very demonstrative. Don't let the one get away because you're having a hard time expressing yourself, Virgo. There's excellent social energy later in the week when communicative Mercury pairs up with friendly Aquarius, making this a great time to get in touch with people you're interested in. Reach out with whatever communication method makes you feel most comfortable. The mysterious Scorpio moon covers your love life with secrecy on Friday, making you guess whether or not someone shares your feelings. When the chemistry is right, you'll know it. Career January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, while you may not be the flashiest person, your perfectionist tendencies will help you be the best sort of team player. Stress is possible between forces that want to micromanage and forces that want to work independently. Mutual respect for the other's ability will be necessary in order to get along. An unexpected event can introduce innovative methods and technological advances. Take time to thoroughly learn any new machine or method. Sales and marketing efforts can be successful. Money January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, you have a lot of love and luck coming to your relationship sector, as well as some surprises and instability. The universe indicates a time of change to your home. You may decide to become self-employed now, if you can figure out how to bring in as much or more than your last job. It can be done. Health January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, you need to feed your nerves, meaning, eat foods to relax yourself. Make sure you take plenty of oils in the form of oily fish or other supplements. You may find vitamins B and C to be helpful as a way of warding off stress and keeping you feeling strong. Above all, it helps if you pace yourself, work out daily, and try to. Libra January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, last week's intense focus on your domestic sector could linger into this week, but you may feel generally lighter by the weekend. With the Sun merging with prudent Saturn and potent Pluto on Monday, an opportunity could arise to resolve a family or domestic difficulty for good. If last week encouraged you to seek change, this week could see you putting this desire into action. And, step by step, you will begin to see a positive shift. Your ruler Venus moves into your lifestyle zone on Monday, and this can be an opportunity for some well-deserved pampering and soothing treatments. If you need a massage or you're eager to enjoy a spa day, go for it. Convivial Mercury's move into your leisure zone on Thursday could see you connecting with others who share your interests. If you enjoy cultural activities, this is a great time to go to exhibitions, concerts, and other similar events. Love January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, the favorable Sun-Pluto conjunction in the first part of the week helps you express what's in your heart. Deep down, you know it's the first step to getting what you want. When the moon moves through your idealistic, focused sign midweek, a past relationship might once again seem attractive. If your ex is single, too, there might be a faint glimmer of something to build on. A Mercury-Uranus square over the weekend gives life a faster pace, and you might feel like you're always one step behind. Don't overreact to news about someone you like on social media. Career January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, there could be some communication difficulties now. There could be problems with people who seem domineering and unwilling to find the middle ground. Certain ideas or approaches could seem unfair or threaten your pride. It's best to choose the people and situations that support your interests, and things will begin to improve. This is a good time to build positive customer relationships. Money January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this week you have activity in your career house, indicating a time of great movement and energy. It shows that you may experience sudden changes in this area of your life. Sometimes the universe tends to go over previously covered territory with a fine-toothed comb, so don't be surprised if something you thought had been dealt with comes back to haunt you. Expect communication on whatever is least expected. Health January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, socializing is great fun, but you need to take extra care early in the week as you're prone to catching colds and other infections. Go out if you'd like to, but don't stay out too late or exhaust yourself in any way. It's also best to avoid toxic people, those who make you feel drained, negative, and/or worried for no good reason. Put yourself first in most situations, you help enough other times. Scorpio January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, your mind holds the secret to success, and where you place your attention can be the key to moving up the ladder or taking a step back. Last week, the intense focus on your sector of talk and thought may have made you aware of the need to change your mindset. The Sun links to taskmaster Saturn and underworld Pluto on Monday, and you may now understand why this is so valuable. Even a small shift in attitude can bring positive results in your experience. Once you get a taste of how this works, you can then master your destiny. Could romance be in the air? With delectable Venus moving into your romance sector on Monday, this dreamy influence could see you eager to break the ice. This sensitive energy can make it easier to connect with others because you can tune into their moods and feelings and get a sense of what motivates them. Finally, do you need to get organized at home? Mercury's presence in Aquarius starting on Thursday can help with this. Love January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, a dubious Sun-Pluto conjunction in the beginning of the week can raise your suspicions and make you wonder if you know the whole truth. If you can't trust someone, you won't be interested in building a relationship with them. Loving Venus pairs up with romantic Pisces this week, so it isn't that you don't want to welcome romance into your life. There's nothing wrong with protecting your feelings, though, Scorpio. When the moon spends time in your sexy sign late in the week, it doesn't take much to get you in the mood. You are, however, very picky about who you seduce or allow to seduce you. Career January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, you may have to be especially careful not to fall into an unnecessary conflict now. If you try to be the boss in a situation where it isn't called for, you may run into enormous resistance. The energy supports careful and serious focus to meet long-term goals. A good friend at work can be especially helpful. Do your best to keep personal and professional issues separate. Money January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this week lights up the areas of your chart that want to get out and explore all that life has to offer, from the emotional to the physical to the spiritual. It's imperative to go with the flow when it comes to the changes on your money front. They aren't bad, but they will require some patience. Health January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, it's time to make a definite commitment to your health and well-being. One major catalyst that will encourage you to get into shape is the promise of a reward for your efforts. If you make a pledge to treat yourself for completing significant milestones in your health plan, you'll feel much better about going through the whole process. When you reach your target, book yourself a special vacation. Sagittarius January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, positive Jupiter, your guide planet, is presently in your money zone and will be until late next year, so you have good fortune on your side. Still, it might not have seemed like this last week if intense energies coincided with a deep realization that something needs to shift. This may have been going on for some while, but now is the time for action rather than reflection. Still, with lovely Venus moving into your home zone on Monday, her presence here could encourage you to nurture yourself and enjoy a little pampering. If you feel like beautifying your surroundings in a creative way, this is very much the time to do so. Chatty Mercury moves into your sector of communication on Thursday, and this can be a call to network and generally connect with those who may be of help to you. Are you ready to launch a website, blog, or online business? This can be a good time to start. Love January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, romance takes on a practical vibe when the moon moves through sensible Virgo at the start of the week. Promptness is more important to you now, as are neatness and good manners. You're in love with love when Venus pairs up with Pisces this week, so finding a companion will be at the top of your to-do list. Get creative when it comes to romance. The secretive Scorpio moon shows up later in the week, so you'll love to play shy and coy even when you're not. Use sarcasm and double extenders sparingly. Career January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this continues to be a very positive time for improving your position or gaining additional training. Networking with people outside your workplace can be especially enjoyable. There is the possibility of finding a collaborative project that seems great at first until certain limitations or ego conflicts emerge. Working independently is your best choice now. It may be necessary to take extra time to do something you already know well. Do your best to keep critical opinions to yourself. Money January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this week the universe asks you to look into classes, seminars, and workshops that might further your skill set, especially when it comes to making and investing money. You're faced with a time of needing to look within to discover what it is you really want to be doing for money. Be honest, and try to make that work. Health January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, if you haven't managed to do a detox in some time, think about taking steps this week to make it happen. You only need to do so for a couple days in order to renew your energy and feel so much better. Drink water and juices, eat salads and lean protein, and avoid caffeine, fast food, and junk food. You'll notice an immediate difference all over. Try it and see. Capricorn January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, if you were under intense pressure last week, this can now begin to ease. Still, with the Sun linking to practical Saturn, your ruler, and explosive Pluto, reflecting on recent experiences can yield some valuable insights. If you have lost something or had to give up something, you might begin to appreciate why this happened. It may not make it much easier, but it could help you understand it. Lovely Venus moves into your sector of communication on Monday, so this is the ideal time to talk things over. You might be surprised by how supportive others are and the advice they give you. And even if this has left you feeling a little vulnerable, you'll soon be back on track with your sense of purpose renewed. Go easy with spending from Thursday, though, because inquisitive Mercury in your money zone could see you ready to splurge, especially if you spot a bargain on sale. Love January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, when the moon is in fellow Earth sign Virgo at the start of the week, you can be more critical than usual. Instead of looking for faults in a date, start off by giving them a compliment. A Sun-Saturn conjunction in your solid sign at the same time helps you decide in which direction you want your love life to go. As long as you have a general idea, the details can come later. The delightful Sagittarius moon arrives over the weekend, inviting you to go on an adventurous date. Abandon your plans and just see what happens, Capricorn. Spontaneous moments make the best memories. Career January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, the energy supports slow growth and long-term plans. Get as much done as possible. After a while, the energy will be more unsettled, although you could enjoy helpful feedback from very original or creative types. Power struggles in the workplace can be distracting. Stay out of emotionally charged drama as much as possible, and avoid taking sides. You may be able to bridge a gap between groups representing different but possibly compatible interests. Money January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this week you have aspects affecting your house of relationships. Someone you haven't heard from in a while may try to contact you in a personal or professional way. You may be surprised at how far this person has risen through the ranks. Communication is crucial now, especially as it relates to your employment picture. Health January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, there's a focus in your health zone now, and you're more interested than ever in getting back into shape. Over this coming week you'll develop a new enthusiasm for all wellness-related issues. This means you'll be willing to review your diet, lifestyle, and the way you exercise. You may be attracted to forms of body movement like yoga or tai chi that will be very beneficial for you. Aquarius January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, you may appear calm and collected on the outside, but feelings could be bubbling away on the inside. Last week's intense focus may have seen you questioning events in your life and the reasons for them. This week, with the Sun merging with careful Saturn and power broker Pluto, you may gain an even greater understanding of why they occurred. It could be that they shaped your character and nature in certain ways, and your destiny, too. Don't feel bad about treating yourself, because you deserve it. Lovely Venus moves into your money zone on Monday, so it's time to invest in you, especially if recent events have left you drained. Get a massage, enjoy a spa day, or get away for a short break, because any one of these could do you a world of good. Articulate Mercury's move into your sign on Thursday is perfect for talking things over and getting advice. Restless energies over the weekend could see you eager for some excitement. Love January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, your romantic goals come into focus during the insightful Sun-Pluto conjunction in the beginning of the week. Once you have a better idea of what you want, it's much easier to get it. Informative Mercury is in your interesting sign later in the week, and you like to push the envelope. Someone else who likes to think outside the box is your perfect match. A challenging Mercury-Uranus square over the weekend causes tension surrounding a change in plans, and you might have to cancel or reschedule something you were looking forward to. It's better to wait until the timing is right. Career January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, you will have a strong influence on other people's thinking now. It's especially important to be upbeat and supportive. Other people, in turn, can make dull or repetitive work more interesting. Business partnerships and social mixers to improve customer relations can be very satisfying. If you're on your feet a lot, consider getting better footwear. This is a positive time to sharpen your presentation in any area. This could mean reports or just looking your best. Money January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, this week brings luck and surprises alike to your house of money and values. The universe expands your opportunities to earn more money, and even your ideas for doing so, while bringing sudden flashes of insight and genius. You may be struck by how the people you know have been incredibly helpful, even in the tiniest ways. You'll find that these people are willing to help you again as well. Health January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, although you very much want to be in shape, you may be tempted to indulge more than usual. The star's energy may encourage you to relax your usual discipline. You'll need a will of iron if you're going to overcome this phase. If you can rise above these feelings, you'll increase your inner strength. If not, don't worry too much. Just don't overdo it. Pisces January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, what are friends for? This is something you might have considered in depth last week when a powerful blend of energies may have brought change to your social life. If you decided to distance yourself from certain toxic relationships, that was a wise move. This week, you may begin to feel the benefits of your actions and realize that this is something you should have done long ago. Still, as delectable Venus enters your sign on Monday, it can encourage a more compassionate stance. Don't think of calling these people up and inviting them back, though, because chances are, you'd find yourself back at square one. Create firm boundaries and keep them in place. Articulate Mercury enters your spiritual sector on Thursday, and you might connect with other friends who share your ideas and beliefs. It's likely that they'll be very much on your wavelength, so this could be very uplifting. Love January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, feeling a little more critical than usual during the Virgo moon at the start of the week? Having higher expectations shortens the list of who you might date, but there's something to be said for choosing quality over quantity. Loving Venus spends time in your sign this week, giving you something to look forward to. The more imaginative you are, the better when romance is involved. The intimate Scorpio moon over the weekend helps you connect with someone on a deeper level, but your feelings might border on obsession. It's probably too early to declare your undying love just yet, Pisces. Career January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, don't feel sorry for yourself or others now. The energy is positive. If you believe it's possible, you can develop useful connections or ease any stress around the workplace. This is the best time to ask any questions you need answered by management. Extra effort will be satisfying and free up time to focus on other things later. This time begins a month of easier contact with others. Money January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, it's a strange week, your house of employment. Part of you wants to move ahead while part of you wants to hang back, so you may find that it's hard to make progress on your various work-related issues. There may be some tension between your desire to advance your career goals and the reality of how you're currently projecting yourself into the world. It's time to step up your game. Health January 13th, 2020, January 19th, 2020, problems with your ongoing partnership may be causing you to feel more tense than usual. You need to find a way to cut back on any stress in your life. The more harmonious your relationships, the happier you'll feel overall. If you need a quick fix, consider a massage or take time out for some deep relaxation. The less wound up you are, the better.